Hi, you guys. We are Team One. We are here presenting our movie review. I'm Ariella Palacios.
I'm Bonnie Ortiz.
I'm Sarah Hernandez.
I am Marta Delgado.
I'm Tanya Paredes, and the film that we watched was My Sister's Keeper, and it was directed by Nick Cassavetes. I will be going over the main characters of the movie and what their roles were. Anne Fitzgerald, she is the youngest child, and her role was basically to save her sister who has cancer. Sarah Fitzgerald is the mother, and her main role is to save Kate's life. Campbell Alexandria, he is Anne's lawyer. Jess Fitzgerald is the oldest child in the family, and he is very vulnerable and sensitive. He is the most delinquent. Brian Fitzgerald is the father, and he is a firefighter. He views the situation from his children's perspective and is more understanding than what their mother is. Kate, she is the middle child in the family, and she has cancer, and she has also come with a term that she might die. She has fought cancer for most of her life, and she is tired of living in pain. Julia Romion is the court-appointed guardian for Anne. She has a desire to discover what is best for Anne and is very open and caring. The next part is the storyline. Anne is expected to give her sister Kate a kidney. Kate has leukemia and is dying from it. Anne was genetically engineered to be a donor for her sister, but she doesn't want to do it anymore and wants to choose what happens with her own body. Anne hires an attorney to sue her parents for medical emancipation and is designated a guardian named Julia. Anne goes back and forth between wanting to give her sister a kidney and not giving her one. Jess, the oldest child, is an arsonist. At the end of the movie, Anne is awarded medical emancipation from her parents. And it come to find out, Kate wanted to die the whole time, and she was the one who wanted her sister to take out the lawsuit. And Kate ended up passing away before the court even granted medical emancipation to Anne.
And then I'm Mariella, and I'm identifying theories and parenting models represented in the movie. So, two theories that we noticed was attachment theory by Ainsworth and Bowlby. We see that the families are well attached within their inner circle between the siblings, the mom, dad, and their aunts. And this is probably what causes the more intense reaction to Anna wanting to be medically emancipated from her parents. And then we also see behaviorism theory, such as in the end, it was revealed that Anna truly never saw herself as being forced to give a kidney or medically assist Kate in battling cancer. And this can be seen that Anna learned this from Sarah, and how Sarah, you know, runs the family and everyone helps out, and that ensures that, they help out whether naturally or sacrificially. Oof. Or sacrificing something. And then parenting models we saw in the movie, we saw that Sarah practiced a lot of authoritarian styles, such as, from 6 months, Campbell lists the surgeries that and transfusions that Anna had performed, under her parents' wishes and control to help Kate from a young age when Anna was a baby. And then also in Sarah defending her position, and that, it's to help Kate live, and that's why Anna cannot be emancipated, and that she needs to remain in, parental guardianship and control of Anna. And then for uninvolved parenting styles, we saw that Jesse, Anna's brother, who is the arsonist, he is overlooked, and that's demonstrated by how his parents never noticed he left the house and hadn't returned the next day. And then for authoritative, we saw that more with Brian, the father. And towards the end of the movie, he, is told by the doctor that it's best that they go to the beach day, and he realizes that his kids need him to just to be that rationale person, and seeing that he needs to put their emotions and their respect at the front of the foreline, and that, for their emotional well-being, they need to not be in the hospital these last few days that that's Kate has left. And then also we see that in the very beginning before the trial, Sarah asked throughout the movie to Anna, why are you doing this? We can assume that beginning Anna was always forthcoming and would work with her parents on how to help out Kate in whatever manner. And that just shows the authoritative relationship that they work with each other until Anna was deciding to be emancipated. Bonnie, I think you're muted.
Nation of development periods for the children were early childhood were usually are defined through birth through 8 years old of age, where tremendous physical, cognitive, and social, emotional, and language development happens. Like in the movie Anna, she underwent numerous painful surgeries, scared, but she was told to, and she was so young that her dad actually even had to carry her in while she was screaming no and didn't want to. Kate, she had a disease. She was the middle child. She understood that she wasn't normal, and she was going through the process socially, having to be socially distanced from people and physically weak. Jesse, the brother, he actually underwent learning disabilities. And of course, they were going to send him away because of his learning disabilities. And he, had that social, emotional, cognitive where he just begged for them not to and said he would try harder. During the middle childhood development, usually around the ages of 6 and 12, they developed the healthy social relationships amongst each other as siblings and children. They learned their different roles growing up. Like Anna, she grew close and loving towards all her family members, but understood the wishes of her dying sister. Kate, she found a boyfriend during her dying situation and grew to love and care and build that foundation outside of her family. Jesse, he tried staying strong by chaperoning his little sister to the lawyer, and at the same time trying to keep that secret as siblings, but still fighting his own identity battles. At the end of the movie, they all went into the development of adolescence, where they all fought for their beliefs and developed the transition of their own thinking and reasoning when battling different problems. And at the end, no one grew bitter or cold because they understood the adolescence development.
Description of, my name is Sarah, and this is the description of the conflicts. The main conflict begins when Anna approaches a lawyer behind her parents' back in order to sue her parents over the rights to her own body. This decision brings consequences, resulting in a divide within the Fitzgerald family. This is the lawyer that took Anna's case is Mr. Alexander, who finds precedent in the state of California to limit parental rights. A court date is set, and Anna's mother, Sarah Fitzgerald, becomes the opposing lawyer, fighting for the life of her older daughter, Katie, and stating that Anna cannot become legally emancipated until the age of 18. The second conflict regards Katie, who has leukemia and has grown worse to the point where the doctor tells the Fitzgerald family that there's nothing more that they can do for her. And Katie comes to the point where she feels that the disease is killing her and her family, and she wants to die.
So the conflict resolution, Anna takes, like you said before, Anna takes her parents to court. She ends up winning, but Kate unfortunately died before the resolution was made. What else? Mm, so winning, that made her own her body and decide what to do with her body. Kate dies, and at the end, everybody went back to their normal life. Mom went back to work because she had stopped working because of Kate's condition. And at the end, also that connection between sisters continued beyond death after Kate died. And that was it.
So in connection to the actual course and the readings, I thought it hit just about every point of family and child development, from conflict to parenting, to child resolutions. I actually cried through the whole movie. I've seen it before, but I thought it was a good movie. I definitely didn't see anything that, I think it hit every family and child development issue and I guess problem that would resolute with someone dying and someone wanting them to live and someone wanting to die, to ease the pain. What did you guys think?
Like Ariella had mentioned, during this whole movie, you see the different parenting styles between Sarah Fitzgerald and Brian Fitzgerald. So Sarah's more like authoritarian, which is she's viewed as a disciplinarian. She's the stricter parent as well, which impacts the parental-child relationships between all three of the siblings. And I think she's more indirect, like in some ways, and in some ways she's very direct, and it comes like it's coming off as she's more authoritarian. There's you see the role of parents, and you see the different challenges that they face in different situations. So for example, in one point of the movie, Sarah, which is the mom, she like slaps Anna, and that's like really physical, and like she's cursing and she's accusing her daughter of not wanting to help her older daughter. So you see the unequal balance between the two parents. And this Sarah wants to be in control the whole time. You see, she wants to have control of all the situations, and she wants to be the responsible one as well. So for Brian, he's more authoritative. He's more reasonable in his expectations for his children. And as Bigner and Gerhardt state on 2019, page 42, this approach strongly supports the health and socially responsible outcome for a child. So he's more supportive, and he wants his children to have independence, to be accepted, to view his children more as individuals, and he's kind of sets more reasonable expectations for his children. And for him, the example, like Ariella had mentioned, is when he actually sees Anna as her own self. So when he takes her to the firehouse and the fire station, like he's watching her interact with everyone else in the fire station, and he finally comes to the point like, wow, she should be independent, she should make her own choices, and he kind of sees like what's going on and how it affects her. And I think the climax is when they go to the beach, and you see the different parenting styles there as well. And Sarah Fitzgerald, she's like, she wants it her way, and she even threatens him with divorce, and she doesn't see the fact that they're kids, and they need to be just kids in that moment. And all she's worrying about is that she's going to die, and she kind of has this huge meltdown. But then when she comes back, she kind of realizes like, wow, these are my kids, and she does love them. Anybody else?
You can see you can see that Sarah is like her influence. She's influenced like by obviously that her child's passing away, and like the way it's like transmitting through her is having a interference with the way that she's bonding with her other two children. Like you can tell that she really doesn't have a strong bond with them, and I think that that's sad and very hurtful for them, especially Jess, since he's like off on the off on the other side of the field, just doing whatever he really wants, trying to get his parents' attentions, but neither one of them are really showing him any of the attention that he wants.
All right. Anybody else?
And then also, this really represents the effects of family stress and unpredicted stressors that occur, throughout the timeline of a family and having children, especially with one being diagnosed with cancer. And then, such as, we see in the movie how the family tries to resolve conflict and how they cope with the various conflicts of Anna trying to be emancipated. Jesse's starting to do some like arsonist stuff, and then with Kate in the end vocalizing and coming out that she's ready to die.
And Martha?
I like the fact that Kate got to experience, that teenage stuff, meeting a guy, doing what we did, like meet with a guy somewhere, have that connection, just to kind of feel a little bit what it is to, a kiss or to date someone. And like Ariel said, the fact that not only with it, like when somebody gets sick, it doesn't only affect that person that is sick. The whole family is affected by it. Like you said, the mother took more care of Kay, maybe thinking that she was the vulnerable one, that she was the one that needed the help, that needed all the attention, without realizing that the other two kids also, and also putting the pressure on Anna that, you're responsible for making your sister better. And as a mother, I understand sometimes you take care more of the child that is sick, and sometimes we forget about the other kids without, maybe she didn't mean to do it, but like you said, she was that kind of person, like it's going to be my way or the highway. So, yep.